This is the Cuesta Sports Update for the week of February 22nd, 2016. I'm Peter Schuler, and men's basketball earned the number 11 seed in the playoffs and will face number 9 seed Fullerton, who finished second in the Orange Empire Conference in Orange County on Friday. The Cougars beat the Hornets 71-62 the first week of the season in Cuesta's 47th Rabobank tournament, so this is the two teams' second meeting of the year. Men's basketball went 2-4 down the stretch. However, the team's 22-9 overall mark demanded the selection committee pick them for a playoff spot. The Cougars, before their late season slump, had spent most of the season in the state poll and the region's top 10, which is where they almost landed in the playoff seeding process. Men's basketball landed in third place with an 8-4 record against the Western State Conference. Cougars began last week with an overtime win over local rival Allen Hancock, 89-84, which kept them in the title hunt and unofficially clinched a playoff spot. Two-time All-Conference guard Benyat Hevia led the Cougars to victory with a career-high 27 points. The Cougars faced Moorpark on the final day of the season with the Western State Conference crown at stake. The Cougars and Raiders extended the season into double overtime before Moorpark snuck away with the title 107-100, despite center Roberto Montavani's team season high 37 points and 20 rebounds. Baseball began the season ranked number 13 but has moved up to number 10 in the polls this week. The Cougars, 6-4, began the Western State Conference play this week against local rival Allen Hancock. The rivals play in Santa Maria on Thursday and in SLO on Saturday. Cuesta Baseball is chasing its first Western State Conference crown since 2013, which equals the longest title drought under Coach Bob Miller's 14-year watch. The Cougars have never gone longer than 2 seasons without a title since 1989, when they suffered through a 7-year titleless drought directly after joining the Western State Conference in 1983. Cuesta has only missed the playoffs 3 times since 1990 and has won 16 of the program's 17 conference titles over that span. Baseball hosted number 14 Sequoias last Tuesday, and sophomore Neil Uscali took the mound for his first career start and pitched into the ninth, and allowing only 2 earned runs as the Cougars won 6-3. Over the weekend, the Cougars split a 2-game series against number 9 Riverside. The Tigers beat the Cougars in the opener 8-3, and Cuesta came back the next day to beat the Bengals 5-2 to even the series. All-conference closer Dan Beavers closed out both wins for his second and third saves of the year. Track and field spent the weekend in Ventura for the Western State Conference Relays. The event was a non-scoring event, and nearly all the running events were competed as relays in non-championship events. However, the field events were also competed and scored. Decathlete Matt Tyler won the long jump and enjoyed a big day. 2015 state qualifier has opened his sophomore campaign right where he left off in 2015. Tyler posted 2 Cuesta all-time top 10 marks and nearly added a third. He won the long jump competition with a leap of 22 feet 1 1/4 inches, which moved him into the number 10 spot all-time at Cuesta. He also competed in the triple jump for the first time, and his leap of 43 feet 1/4 inch landed him in the 8th spot all-time at Cuesta. Additionally, he cleared 12 feet in the pole vault, and his high jump was only 1/4 inch off the final spot in Cuesta's all-time top 10. The men also won 2 other events. Hurdler Aaron Cheek won the 400 hurdles, while pole vaulters Joe Reeves and Joe Dreyer tied for the title. On the women's side, 2015 state champion pole vaulter Augusta Thompson easily won her event. Track begins its Western State Conference schedule with the conference North meet in Bakersfield on Friday. Women's basketball ended a tough season with an overtime win at Moorpark 52-48 on the final day of the year. Injuries and eligibility issues tore at the Cougars lineup all season, and the Cougars ended the year with only 6 of their original 11 players available for action. With the roster's attrition rate approaching 50%, the Cougars rallied down the stretch to win 3 of their last 5 games. The Cougars nearly swept the final week of the season, but fell to local rival Allen Hancock on Wednesday 60-55 after leading by 9 points at halftime. On Saturday, the final day of the season, the Cougars beat Moorpark in overtime 52-48. Cougars end the season 9-19 overall and finished 6th in the Western State Conference with a 4-8 mark against the Loop. Freshman center Autumn Russell enjoyed a great final week with 31 points and 27 rebounds in her final 2 games. Her 17 rebounds in the season finale helped her set a new Cuesta record with 11 rebounds per game. The former record of 10.9 rebounds per game was set in 1998 by center Carrie Cameron and tied by Katie Sheldon in 2011. Softball is back home after a 2-week break. The Cougars host a Western State Conference interdivision doubleheader against Santa Monica. The Cougars entered the Twin Bill 7-4 on the year, while the Corsairs have won 4 of their first dozen contests. The games are scheduled for noon and 2 p.m. Softball split 2 games at the Bakersfield tournament last week. The Cougars lost to Southwestern 5-0 and beat Taft 8-3. The swimming team is back in the pool this week as the pool opens for the first time in the spring. The Cougars will take this week off away from competition and be back in action next week. That does it for your Cuesta Sports Update for the week of February 22nd, 2016. I'm Peter Schuler, and I will see you at the games.